Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. What a pleasure to have you here with us at South by Southwest London. For people who haven't seen this show yet, can you give us a brief intro? What can they expect going in?
What it feels like is a much needed queer show. It's I May Destroy You meets Pose meets Skin. It's a coming of age queer thriller, chosen family drama that's about like what it's like to grow up in the noughties as a queer person, but it's actually still relevant today. I think it's going to mean a lot to young people, and I think it's definitely a show that is testament to the queer experience and resilience. And yeah, I'm just excited to get to see the show.
And obviously based on Paris Lee's the director, the creator's own memoir. Had you read the book? When you read the script, what was the allure for you? What first drew you in?
I honestly, like when I first found out the show was being made, like couldn't believe it because a few years ago I'd seen it on a Vogue's must-read list. And I remember when I first read it, it really spoke to me because as a young person growing up in the North, who was like a raver kid, party person, there weren't many projects or any like publications or books or films or shows out there that really captured what it was like to be queer, finding yourself on the dance floor, like being a raver. And when I read the book, I remember just like feeling like the first time like actually seeing myself in a story and an experience. So then obviously you can imagine my excitement when I hear the show, it's being made into a TV show. And then also to then get an audition for it and to be seen for that part, I was like, this is too real. This is like very full circle. But if to anyone who hasn't read the book already, you must read the book because there are so many little moments and things that we actually don't even have like properly explored in the show. But the details to make it the enriching book that it is, the enriching like riveting story that it is. And yeah, the crazy thing is like even though that was set like so long ago, like 10, 20 years ago, it feels so relevant now, and it speaks to the experience of what it's like to grow up trans in the UK right now.
And tell us a bit about your character and how did you find your way in? In which respects could you connect and which ways were you very different?
Well, Dirty Damien, he works at a call center by day. He's a party boy by night. He's always at the rave. He's got his long hair, which by the way, when I made the show, I actually didn't have long hair. And then since playing Dirty Damien, I've been like growing a little bit of a mullet. So he's clearly rubbed off on me. He's just like a really colorful, really eccentric, out there boy. He's not worried about like what he's wearing and his style. He'll rock up to the pub in like a tracksuit and like, he's just so like, he's so brave and so resilient. And at the core of his life is his friends. And I think that's something that like a lot of queer people can relate to, is when it feels like the world is attacking you, the world is on your back, it's your friends that you can fall back on. And I think that is the message of the show. No matter what you're going through, if you have a queer chosen family that has your back, you can take on the world.
And what about on set? What were some of the highlights, favorite moments, maybe some of the challenging bits?
Oh, babe, honestly, like we had a blast shooting the show. I don't even know where to start. Like, every single day was just like so much energy. You can imagine, like, you'll meet some of the cast of the show. They're so eccentric, they're so out there, they're so hilarious. It's giving when we're together, you can't get a word in because everyone's like, like, it's just like Comedy Central. Everyone's hilarious. I'm just so proud of the show because I feel like it's introducing a cast that like the industry needs right now. Like, I'm sorry, I have to say, Miss Hannah Jones, she's so gorgeous. Alex, Laquan, Ellis, get ready, babe. Get ready, they're superstars, and every single day I would look at them and I was like, I can't wait for the world to meet you because you're a living legend.
And is it quite weird because you wouldn't have think of the 2000s as like a period set piece, but ultimately things kind of have changed a bit. Was there like these things that you had to think about that were slightly different 20 or so years ago?
Honestly, like it wasn't even that. It was just more that like, so obviously as you know, Y2K fashion is such a thing right now, and so every day when you walk down the street, sometimes it is a little bit trippy because you do feel like you're in the noughties because people still like young people dress like that. It's trendy to dress like that. So doing the show, it wasn't too much of a departure for me because I'm already used to my friends dressing up like that. But then like to do it really well, and like our costume designer Niraj was finding these really amazing pieces, like especially for Hannah, like she's got some amazing pieces, very Paris Hilton coded. I think the girls are gonna gag over the fashion in this show. I'm just saying, when you see some of the looks, it's very Y2K. It's very Y2K, and I just love that that's coming back, and I love that this show celebrates that. And it's not just the fashion, it's the music, it's the set design, it's the references. Just the first episode alone, the opening montage, the sequence, it's like stepping into a TARDIS or something and teleporting back in time. Yeah, it's just you're in for a treat with the references. I think anyone who loves Y2K, this is going to be their show.
And in terms of the takeaways, I mean, it's hitting on some really important issues, but is it also interesting to think about sort of the queer experience in today's world where you think, yes, on some things we've made progress, but on other things we're kind of regressing too. So it feels like an important moment to be sparking discussions about these things.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, like, this is a very specific story in the show, and I think a lot of people have a lot to say about subject matter in the show. This is a very specific experience to Paris, and this experience a lot of people can relate to, so whether people like it or not and what they have to say about it, whether they consider it controversial or not, it's the truth and it's a reality and it's someone's lived experience that a lot of people can relate to. It's really important that we don't sweep those conversations under the rug. You know, that we need to have those uncomfortable conversations because, especially now in 2020, like 2025, then he said 2026, I'm ahead of my time. Like, people really want to erase us and people really want to take away our rights and they really want to act like, I don't know, that like they just have a lot to say about us and we're taking ownership of our story, we're taking ownership of our existence and we're doing it in the most beautiful, most exquisite show ever. Yeah, it's going to be iconic.
And being here tonight, South by Southwest London, what does it mean to you?
It means a lot. It means a lot. It's about time it came to London. I mean, the festival is amazing. I've been a big fan, but I'm glad that I don't have to go all the way to Austin to be part of it. Welcome to London, baby.
And what's going to be next for you? Do you hope this will be a platform to other things?
I'm actually going to Tribeca Film Festival tomorrow for my new film Truckload with Jodie Whittaker. So yeah, I'm quite excited. It's a new short film. Joe Depsey, so many cool people in it.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Have a good one tonight. Really enjoyed this moment. Thanks so much for your time. Huge congrats. Thank you.
Bye.